What should you not say to an insurance adjuster after a car accident? Hi, I'm Mason Rashtian, founder of the Mason Law Firm. I'm a Santa Clarita personal injury lawyer and a former insurance defense lawyer. After an accident, an insurance adjuster may call you and sound friendly, concerned, and eager to help. But remember, if the adjuster works for the other driver's insurance company, that adjuster does not represent you. Here are 5 things you should avoid saying. First, do not admit fault. Avoid statements such as, I'm sorry, I didn't see the other car, I may have been going too fast, or maybe I could have avoided the accident. You may not yet know all the facts. There could be video footage, witnesses, vehicle data, or other evidence that changes how fault is evaluated. Stick to basic facts and do not speculate about who caused the collision. Second, do not guess. An adjuster may ask, how fast were you driving? How far away was the other vehicle? How much time passed before the impact? If you do not know, say, I don't know or I don't want to guess. A guess made during a short telephone call may later be treated as a precise statement and compared against the police report, photographs, witness testimony, or your deposition. Third, do not say that you are fine or not injured. People often say, I'm fine, simply to be polite. But after an accident, some symptoms may not become noticeable until later. Neck pain, back pain, headaches, dizziness, stiffness, and other symptoms may develop or worsen over the following hours or days. You should always be honest. If you do not yet know the extent of your injuries, say, I'm still evaluating how I feel, or I'm not ready to discuss my injuries yet. Do not exaggerate your symptoms, but do not minimize them either. Fourth, do not agree with the adjuster's version of events. Be careful with questions such as, so the other car was already in the intersection when you entered, correct? Or, there wasn't much damage to your vehicle, was there? These questions may contain assumptions that you do not agree with. So do not accept the wording simply because you want to be cooperative. If a question is inaccurate or confusing, say so. Fifth, do not agree to a quick settlement before you understand your injuries. An adjuster may offer money shortly after a collision and ask you to sign a release. But once you settle and sign a general release, you will usually be giving up the rights to additional compensation, even if your condition later becomes worse or you need more treatment. Before accepting a settlement, make sure you understand your injuries, your medical needs, your lost income, and exactly which claims the release will resolve. You should always be cautious before signing a broad medical authorization. Read it carefully and understand what records the insurance company will be permitted to obtain. So, what should you say to the adjuster? You can provide basic information needed to report the collision, such as your name, contact information, the date and location of the accident, the vehicles involved, and the police number. You can also say, I'm not comfortable giving a recorded statement at this time. Or, I don't know and I don't want to guess. Or, I'm still being evaluated and cannot fully describe my injuries yet. Or, I would like to review that document before signing it. One important distinction. You may have contractual obligations to cooperate with your own insurance company. Those obligations are different from dealing with the other driver's insurer. Review your policy and consider obtaining legal advice if you're not sure which information you must provide. I spent years representing insurance companies and learned how adjusters evaluate statements, identify inconsistencies, and use a claimant's words to dispute or minimize a claim. Now I use that experience to help injured people understand the process and protect themselves after an accident. If you have any questions about speaking with an insurance adjuster after a California car accident, contact the Mason Law Firm for a straightforward conversation with no pressure or sales tactic. I'm Mason Rashtian, and remember, we meet our clients by accident. This video provides general information and is not legal advice. Every claim depends on its particular facts and applicable insurance policy.